Yes. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Come.
Our first video of 2022. So, we are in Poland, which is really exciting for me because I am half Polish and I haven't been here for 20 years.
And this is my first time here in Poland. And actually, I am not half, but I think a quarter Polish, but from a long time ago, and I'm a Jew. And there's some history on this land. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really special and exciting for us to meet up here, especially that I'm gonna go and travel far, and Eden has lots of stuff that he's doing, and we both came out of containers right now. ISTA was in level 2. Eden was in ISTA level 2, and I think it's called Splash Gathering. That's held, yeah, that's held by some ISTA graduates. And
no, it's an ISTA faculty actually.
Yeah, actually Ananda is now an ISTA faculty, and Alexandra is an organizer, and Albert, I believe, is an assistant in ISTA. But it's all like it feels very ISTA-ish, and it was amazing to basically both be in containers like this, and then you fold up with the Sharar Kaspi training, and then we met up just after New Year. So it was really like we had so much to talk about and so many things coming up, and yeah, do you want to say a few words about ISTA, or should I ask something else?
A few words about ISTA level 2.
Okay, go.
It's a mystery. ISTA, it's a mystery school, so actually I would say nothing about what's happening in level 2. Except that, wow. Yeah, that's it.
And I would say about this gathering that's called Splash.
Just let's pay attention. There's snow falling down outside.
I don't know if we can see from the camera though.
So if you can't see, there's snow falling down, like.
And it's the first day there's snow since we're here. And
it's the first day for this winter for me, there's snow, because I'm in Israel and it's really rare.
That's true. And we're up in the mountain, so it's like gonna be intense. And actually we can see the snow staying there.
Yeah, it's a bit frightening because we need to drive soon.
So I really wanted, wait, I didn't say anything about Splash. So just to say a few words about Splash, I definitely find that it's a ISTA-ish container in the sense that everything is included, that they're a bit the same kind of pillars around sovereignty, and like that everything is welcome, and the emotional release tools, and the inclusion of eros and everything. So I found it beautiful. It was so soothing. So much healing touch and so much healing space, and it's a short gathering. It was from the 28th till the 2nd, but it was amazing and a beautiful way of transitioning into New Year. And I'm really, really happy I did that. And so part of the things that Eden and I have been talking about since we got back together, got back together physically, like since we met up.
Since we met here in Poland.
Yeah, since we met here in Poland, is because my intention for the year 2022 is to expand my capacity to love, is to open up my heart more, feel more. I feel like it's not the right words, but I just want my heart center to be expanded. And Eden here is an expert at having a big open heart.
An expert.
And in our relationship, like, you know, usually people hold different polarities. So I'm more the closed-hearted one that goes into more toxic, clingy kind of relationships, and Eden is more the open-hearted one that really creates connection deep with people and falls in love and everything. So yeah, being the heart and love expert,
Mm-hmm. So it's really funny you're saying expert, because
Yes,
it's
shitty word.
no, it's good actually, but it's the other way around. It's, I find that by things happening to us over our lifetime since we are babies, we are becoming experts at protecting ourselves, protecting our heart, at not allowing ourselves to feel because we got hurt, not allowing ourselves to fall in love because we know the consequences. And it's the other way around. I would say I'm not so much of an expert at protecting my heart. And actually, a few years ago, I gave a promise to myself to not close my heart, and then it's more conscious. Like, I keep it on my mind every time something like that's heart closing happening. It's like, ah, fuck, it hurts, and to actually feel it and to not put this wall of protection of like, that will never happen to me again. um so that's actually how I function, but it's more, an expert is someone who learned to do something. So actually, I would say I'm a bit of the opposite. I didn't learn, and maybe I'm stupid. I don't know how, like, actually, yeah, like, yeah, I find we're all experts. Yeah, that's my.
So I would say, yeah, maybe because you open up your heart is less guarded, less protected. But actually, this is exactly the point that I find amazing, because of your capacity to fall in love. Like, honestly, I don't speak to Eden for 1 week, and I am always pretty sure, like, Eden, did you fall in love again? And the worst part is, yeah, he does that. Eden, did you fall in love again?
Oops.
And what I love about this is, of course, the first time that it happens, it makes me jealous because it's new and because it's threatening. But then I started realizing that, one, since the beginning of our relationship, he still was falling in love with other people, but maybe just using other words. And two, the more now that he's allowed to express it, the more I just see how he's just so loving and so giving himself and so connecting. And actually, it's really inspiring me, and I find it freaking amazing, Vivi. And also I find it touching because he's holding the, I don't want to say masculine energy. He is a man in a male body, and he is holding this, like, how can I say this? I think you know what I'm trying to say,
Not
but
exactly.
not exactly. Let's just say that he's a bit coming out of the mainstream norm, where we kind of expect, or in my reality, I was expecting men to be, deceiving and using and cheating and just basically a bit like holding this thing of, like, they think only about themselves and they don't connect to their emotions. And I find it so amazing that you have this capacity at 26, by the way. But yeah. But that you have this capacity of actually tuning in with your emotions, and yeah, and the capacity to open up your heart. And
Yeah, it's funny. At 26, I find it easier than at 30 or 40.
how can you know?
Well, I've been there, and
You've been
I'm not the incarnations. Because if you look at kids, it's actually super easy for them and natural. They're like, if you would ask a kid, do you what do you love? He would tell you like that. I love this. And they're actually what we say falling in love. And yeah, it's this, we are experts at protecting ourselves, which probably helped us growing up until a certain stage. It helped us be in a society, in a school society, in a kindergarten, in places that we have to be someone in order to be included, and it's a survival mechanism for a kid. And yeah, I guess at a pretty young age I could tell myself, like, thank you for this guard, thank you for helping me growing up. I'm a grown up now.
And you had another point?
Yeah, actually.
I felt like it was still going.
You said about masculine, feminine, like I'm in a male body. But actually the part, like, I love to fall in love. It happens to me all the time. If I don't hold it, if it just happens. If I don't like, and then don't, like, stay on your lane, don't fall. But actually the part of me that falls in love, it's a feminine part. It's like, take me, this. It's actually the feminine part, and I become,
Interesting.
all of me becomes feminine completely. In this, I really see my masculine is to the point all the time, and I'm very not, how do you say,
Holding on.
no, like inspired for, like, let's say if I wanna write a song, when I'm like completely in my feminine, it comes up all poets and like poetry and things like.
I haven't heard a lot of songs by him yet. But
not just songs, but any creative energy. Wow, the snow. And when I'm in my masculine, which is most of my time, it doesn't happen. And yeah, I don't exactly remember the point. But actually the falling in love is like completely letting my feminine take over, be the center of my consciousness, my physical body, everything.
And so I wanted to ask you two more things that came up. One would be, so what do you mean when you say falling in love? Like this last experience of falling in love that you felt here in level 2, there, in level 2, like what is that about? What did you feel? What did it mean falling in love there?
That time was a bit that time was a bit different, because it was the first time I allowed myself to fall in love and still be masculine, like be in my feminine, fall in love, and like my masculine held me, and I wasn't completely like falling for the other and completely like surrendered to what's happening. I was still the one holding me and present for myself, which was interesting and in a way maybe a bit healthier also. I don't know, only time will tell. How did it feel? I can't really answer that question. It's like, it's something that happens, and what I really like in the last few times it happens is that I saw it coming, and I didn't say,
And allowed it, yeah.
no, don't, like, it's not happening to me. I actually allowed it to happen, and then it's like, I don't know, like in a Disney movie, like you know you're watching a Disney movie, but if you actually allow yourself to be excited. You can even cry and it be really touching. And if you take a zoom out and you say, "Come on, it's only a Disney movie," then you're not enjoying the Disney movie so much.
But you're not saying here that she was like a Disney. It was like a Disney movie, no?
Maybe not a Disney movie. It was another kind of movie this time. uh, yeah, I don't really have like in this time. It really felt like this click between two personalities, and that we really understood each other super quickly, and different nuance, and knew what we think, and we had really deep conversations, and we really shared the experience together, and we met each other on many different levels, and it makes this heart expansion, opening to one another. That's how it felt this time.
And my last question, so that then we can kind of finish the video, is so how does this love interfere with our relationship?
What do you mean by interfere?
So what consequence does falling in love with these other women, in this case, what does that have to do with the relationship you have with me, as we're in an open relationship and that there's a link with me? Like the fact of falling in love with someone else, what does it do to you about our relationship?
Well, this time I learned a few stuff about how I'm reacting, how I'm treating you. It made me realize a few stuff, so it did impact in a positive way. I hope. Who am I to say what's positive and negative? It didn't, for 1 second, it didn't feel like, okay, it's the end of our relationship or going there at all. So, yeah. So what the impact actually is like, what energy, what learning, whatever, what do I take from this encounter that I had and bring it here, and yeah, it's mostly the energy that I'm bringing, and not what does it mean, this or that happened, what does it mean to us. So I didn't see much difference.
Yeah, I really feel like this is, at least for me, it used to, maybe it still will, but this time it kind of didn't. It held like initially a huge fear, like, oh my god, if he falls in love with someone else. So there is the thing in this specific story, the love that he shared was with someone else who also had someone in their life. So they were both there without their partners, and they shared a moment together.
A week.
Yeah, a moment a week, and so of course for me it's less threatening than if he meets somebody that's single, that's really looking for a deep relationship. Actually, it felt not threatening at all. It felt like, okay, this is exactly it. Like she has someone, he has someone, they're meeting in a beautiful way, they're connecting amazingly. He came back like so open. We even had conversation where I discovered new pieces about you that I didn't know, that he never shared. Like it was amazing. It was so expansive for our relationship, and these are the kind of things that of course we can never know, but would it have come up if he would have been only with me? I don't think so.
Maybe in 20 years.
Maybe in 20 years, maybe in another. Actually, it's not impossible, but it kind of speeds up the whole process, and And it's just nice also for me as someone who cares for him to feel him like he was loved and held and supported, and he had like someone important with him there.